CVs and everything, but we didn't proceed it because they're not right fit for that. I mean, it doesn't mean they're necessarily bad people. They're not fit to our culture. I think we had
we had a
technical issue. Now we are live on Hangouts as well. Can you put that on the Facebook?
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, so that's the thing. We don't want to hire the people who are not fit, who are not fitting together. We hire the people who are A players. At the same time, the people who we like to really gel together. So that's why the hiring process is really slow, and even the hiring process is also kind of being really long process that we have. First, we interviewed the candidate via Skype. It's a kind of a very friendly chat where we ask some general questions, or normally common sense questions. So get to know each other and see whether we are right fit. So first we do that interview via Skype. Then if we feel that they're a good fit, what we will do is we'll send invitation to the technical round interview. So in that technical round interview, that's also a Skype-based interview where we will ask certain kind of questions, certain type of questions. They will answer via Skype. It will be a video chat, obviously. And then if they pass through the second round of interview, then we will give a project to them. It'll be a paid project. We'll pay for a small amount of money for that project. And I mean, with that real world project, we test how they communicate, how the style that they code and everything. So after that, we do a very interesting thing. We invite them to spend half a day, like 4 hours with us. Like they can come to the office, they can hang out with us, and they can see how we work and the kind of weird things we do, and how we communicate, what type of tools we use, the way that we do our morning huddle, the way that we do our leadership business and everything. So they can spend 4 hours, and then if they can, then they can decide whether to join the team or not. So we are not kind of in a very bossy state and say, okay, you are hired, come to this day and you can work 4 hours, something like that. We also give the chance to the other people, the candidate, to test drive with us for 1 day. So then, then if the candidate feels, okay, this is the right fit, this is the company that we want to work, then he can join the company. Then we'll send our offer letter and everything. So why not you talk about that your experience when you were here for the fourth phase of interview?
Actually, when I started out as a competitor in the interview, right, and it was a big long process. And when I came here, I was invited here one day, right? And when I and you know this, right? And one day we came here. We went out for lunch, right? And we came here and we had a look around the place, and he explained everything. He showed me every thing they do, the process they do, and I spent, I think, about I spent until 3:30, right? I think, until 3:30, and then I had to go early because I'm taking the bus to Trincomalee that day. So that was a great day because I get to know about the place and the guys who work there, right, and about the company as well, and the process, the design and development process that is happening in FrontCube. And altogether, it's a great experience, and that's not a bad thing, right? Because most people regret their decision once they get into the company, right?
Yeah.
So it's a good test drive, like kind of like a date, right?
Dating,
yeah, kind of like
we should name that date.
Yeah.
Interview date or something.
Interview date, yeah. So that's kind of like a date, and it was great for me.
Yeah, awesome.
And that's good.
Yes. So then only we hire people. So then we can believe for some extent. Okay, this guy have a sense how we work, and we have a kind of sense how we going to work with it. So once then he goes through a 6 month of training period. So in that 6 month of training period, we have certain books that the candidate should read. So that will expand his consciousness, and it will increase the productivity. It will increase the the level of communication that you do with your team and clients and everything. So during the 6 month period, we have a ritual called Leadership Wednesday. So every Wednesday, we stop all the client work like 4:30 p.m. and we host our Leadership Wednesday. So in future, we are hoping to live stream that as well.
Yeah.
So normally in that Leadership Wednesday, we give 15 minutes to present 1 or 2 chapter to the new hires, to present the ideas of that chapter. So that will give them a chance to be a leader and to build their presentation skills as well. And then after the normal presentations are over, and what we do is normally we will talk about a certain topic in leadership or management or time management or productivity or anything. And we will, so some of the team, mostly I teach some stuff very extensively, mindset, those kind of stuff. We collaborate and we learn together. So that's our hiring process. And yeah, so if you're watching this and if you're watching the replay, and we are hiring currently, we are in hiring mode. We are hiring a UX designer and a front-end developer. So yeah, front-end developer. If you're interested in, you can go check out it's frontcube.com/careers. You can apply from there. And unlike other companies, we don't accept CVs. I think Sanjit one time complained about this thing. We haven't seen his CVs yet. We don't care about CVs or resumes. We really care about the things that you believe and whether you have the potential and the talent.
Yeah.
So you have to go through that form. That form contains like small questions, and if you answer them, and we'll get in touch with 2 weeks, and then if you think that you would fit, then we'll put you in the interview pipeline. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. So we'll go for our next question, right? And our next question.
People having some issues with Periscope because Periscope is not a popular thing in Sri Lanka.
Yeah, I think so. That's why I'm also searching for it, whether we are live or not. So okay. I'm also experiencing a problem. I think we need to learn something, right?
Yeah.
From something. So
it's not saying it's live.
It's not live, but there are 4 people connected, right?
Yeah.
Already. Yeah. So they somehow got connected. So we'll see how things go.
It's not show up in Periscope. Okay, no worries. Yeah. So what are the other questions that we have?
So the next question is, what's with all the videos?
Okay. Yeah. So recently I had this experience when I went to an event and a guy came to me and asked, "Do you guys? Are you guys a video production company?" I said, "No, we are a design company." "Oh, okay. You guys putting up so much videos on Facebook and Twitter." Okay. So yeah, with the videos, I think video is a good medium, and I think currently it has a lot of potential. Like if you see in latest Facebook stat, a lot of people are consuming more and more videos than text and images, because when you see a video, it's give a visual cue to click and play and see the video what's going on. So, and that is the reason that we are using videos for hiring and show. And it's also a great element to show our culture, because if you read something you won't believe, right? But if you see something you start to believe. So it's also a great medium to convey our culture, convey the things that we believe. And we recently started a YouTube channel called FrontCube TV. So basically what we are doing is we are putting up a lot of contents, the tools that we use, the things that we learn, or the things that we are mastered at, something like that. When we are creating kind of a tutorial how to videos, so that it will be helpful for aspiring web designers and web developers. So we are also working on another.
Yeah, okay, it's working now.
Okay, so great. We're also working on another video playlist, we call, or video, what do you call it? Video category called FrontCube Insights. So basically, we talks about the stuff apart from the development, design. Apart from technical, we're thinking to talk about the stuff about entrepreneurship, startup, and how to create culture, how to motivate people, all those kind of stuff. We are working on that, and we cannot give an exact date when we will launch. For now, so for now we can say that
it's on progress.
It's on progress. Yeah.
So we'll move in for the next question, right?
Yeah. We have a bunch of questions, right?
Yeah. The next question is, what are the projects we are currently working on?
Yeah. So currently working on. So yeah, we are working on a couple of projects at the moment. The biggest thing is the AJ Plus. AJ Plus redesign. I'm not sure it's a good thing to tell in this live session. We are working on a new design. So keep an eye on ajplus.net. We'll be launching with the team, AJ Plus team, the new design. And also we are working closely with Jason Lankin in Silicon Valley, who's a very famous investor. He runs a blog called SaaStar. If you're into startups and sales, I'm pretty sure that you know Jason. So currently we are working with his team to redesign his website. So that is one of the projects we are currently working on. And another two projects is, it's kind of a strictly under NDA. We cannot reveal that for now. Because it's in the kind of very early stage. So once we have kind of a authority to reveal the project, we usually guys. And we also like to host these kind of live events very, very often. So hopefully we can reveal that in the future.
Okay. Yeah. So this is last question for now. I think we'll come up with more questions, right? So our last question is it's a great question as well, because the question is, why are niche market is about startups and small companies, small businesses?
Yeah, so I'm not sure because I think as a startup, we understand the potential and the vibrant and the vibes in startups, right? So one of the criteria that we select projects is the project should not be a chore. It should be something exciting. Because once Sanjay joined the team, he kind of sometimes he felt like he cannot breathe because the stuff that we handle is so versatile and so different. So that is one thing that I like to work with startup, because they're always kind of in the edge. So we don't need to go to testing tools to test whether the site works on IE6 or something like that.
Yeah.
So that is one of the things that we mostly work with startup, but we also work with a lot of large corporates as well. Like, for example, Al Jazeera is not a startup, but AJ Plus is kind of a startup. But so Al Jazeera is obviously a big media company.
Yeah, and everyone knows.
Yeah. Hopefully everyone knows that, and Microsoft is a big large corporate. And the only criteria that we select project is the project should challenge us.
Yeah,
it's not something Can you say? Can you tap on your screen just to know that we are live? Because it went off a little bit.
Periscope.
Hello.
Okay. Now we are online.
We are online.
Yeah, we'll see. Slowly.
Can you guys do me a favor? Just tap on the screen.
Yeah, I'm doing right.
Okay, great. So we're online. Great. So we had a small issue there. Yeah. So as I said, we also like to work with large corporates and small and medium-sized enterprises as well. But the main criteria is to select a project. It should be very versatile and it should be challenging to us. So that's the criteria. So that's why we like to work with startup, because they always need to be in the edge. And one of the things that we mostly avoid, corporates that with fixed mindset, because they want to follow the old paradigms. So we skip those kind of projects because we want to grow. So for that, we really like to get some challenging projects. So that's why we work with AJ and digital team, because they are always want to be in the edge. So yeah, that's the other criteria. And
no, yeah, that's the thing, and I think we should mention it, right?
Yeah.
We manage some technical difficulties, and connection is a bit low because of some issues here.
Yes, yeah, the weather is also a little bit fuzzy these days.
Yeah.
So we had some issues. Anyway,
however, we are live now, right?
Yeah, we are
live. Yeah. So,
is there any other questions for today?
No.
I think the time was up. We said like 30 minutes. And one of the questions that I often receive is why we are so obsessed about the source code control management system. Because I think since you came here, you adapted the Git, right?
Yeah.
So why don't you talk about that a little bit? Because the importance of using a
and I think that's a common known thing, right? Using a source control is it's very important for a team, right?
Exactly.
Because if one guy, if I'm the only one, because I experienced those things when I was in my when I was in my other company, we used some design patterns. So when we design also, if there is any change, we'll just rename it those days. So using a source control is far more better, because we can just commit and go back no matter how many steps we want, right?
Yes.
Because that's the beauty of source control. And when we are collaborating and when we are in the team, source control is the god, right? Because any issues, source control is there to manage it, to solve it. If we need to merge two guys' work, or if we need to make sure who did a certain feature, or we need to backtrack everything. So source control is God, and so Git is like a lifesaver, right? Because I don't know about other source control management systems. I didn't work with those things, but I think from the first day I started working with Git, I'm pretty much satisfied and happy with it. So I don't want to move.
Yeah, I think most of the developers they use source code control management system one way or another.
Yeah.
But if you're a developer, if you're not using a source code control management system, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
But most designers are hesitant to use source code control management system that they think is a huge learning curve. So how long it took for you to master Git?
Yeah, so for basic needs, I think I learned it in 1 day.
One day, yeah. Yeah, but basic is enough.
Yeah,
basic
that's
enough. Think source code control management system or SCMs as a time machine. Okay, so you can, I mean, if you committed an error now, and if you go back to the previous state, let's say you suddenly hit the command Q or control W, something like that, and the Windows is gone. Now if you open up the project, you cannot undo, right? But if you have source code control management system installed, and if you're tracking those files, then you can go back and forth. So it's kind of a time machine. So that is one of the questions I receive a lot, because mostly the designers who's now getting into HTML, CSS, those kind of stuff, they fear of this source code control management system. So that's one of the questions. Okay, so that's up for this Periscope Live, guys, because and Hangouts as well. So yeah, hopefully we'll be live. So I think for future Periscope sessions, we'll hang out live. We try to focus on specific topic and talk about that. So because this is our first session, and we also need to learn this new things for us, because it's kind of not in our radar.
Yeah, and we apologize if there are any shortcomings.
Exactly. So from the next session, we'll focus on specific topic like user experience and mobile design, development, or specific tools. So thank you very much for joining us.
And you can ask us anything if you want, and if you want to want us to explain about a certain topic, or if you have any more questions, please just message us, right?
Yeah, just message us, or you can send your questions to hello@frontcube.com. So we'll be answering in future sessions.
Yeah, or in Facebook, Twitter as well, right?
Yeah, you can directly go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/frontcube, or @frontcube at Twitter.
Yeah.
Great. Hope you guys enjoyed the session. And have a great weekend, and we'll see you in the next Periscope session.
Okay.
Bye.